This is the Irontrader and TGIF. Last day of the week here. Now, as usual, we're going to take a look here at crude oil and at natural gas. Remember, the rig count will be out today at 1 p.m. First of all, we're going to take a look at here at the big oil ETF, XLE. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or stock market ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here's the big oil ETF, XLE. Now, I've done this many a times here. The thing I like about this is a really nice basket. It's got the Chevron and, Schlumberger and Exxon and Mobil. Everything's in here. Plus, it pays about a 3.25% dividend, okay, which is always very, very good. But it's a good, like a one-stop shopping if you want to play the big oil. Now, I think big oil going forward, I think is going to be very, very good. The price is going to be down, but I think they're going to be doing the volume kind of a situation, okay? So let's just take a look here at the chart. Now you can see where we had a nice big gap up here. This is since that election year because the new administration likes to pump the oil. They just don't want the big price on it kind of situation. Okay, so let's look at yesterday's high. What we had here is we had that 95.18, okay? So what we are is we're already past these level here. So we're right into this resistance right here, okay? See that at 95.21. That's where you're going to go. Okay, so now again, if we go to the next level, we come right at the top of this candle at 96.17. And then we take the price channels right across. You got 96, 92. Then you always want to go to the left of the chart here, 98.47. And then we have that 98. 97, that's your breakout. So these are going to be your upside target. So these blue lines are just your price channel. So all you have to do is just bring those right across, and that is the upper targets for the resistance levels that you will be shooting for. You crack above that 98, 97, obviously you can hit 100, and then she can rip up higher here, okay? Now this time of the year, maybe not so much, but maybe next year here, I always buy this here, and the same way with gasoline, like the first week of January, and then I just run it long. Okay, so let's take a look here at the downside here now. So what you want to do is just the opposite here. So this is what you're looking for as a key support level is going to be that 94.21 level here, okay? So yesterday's low, what do we got down to is you got 94.27, okay? Came within 6 cents, okay? So always look to the left of the chart for your support and resistance levels. It works really, really nice. Now, again, if that's lost here, we have this big target here of 93.51. Now, you can see where your 8-day crossed over your 50-day, your 100-day, your 21-day, and it's rolling right up here. So as long as that price holds this T8 SMA here, you're looking really good, okay? Again, if that's lost here, then all we do is we just look at the bottom of these candles here, okay? So what do we have here? You had 92.93. We'll come down here to 92.42. This is the key that you want to keep your eye like on your back burner right here, okay? So the bottom of this candle is 92.05. That's your gap, and then we want to look to the top of this candle right here at 90.40. There's your fill, okay? Gap fill. We have a lot of support levels here with the 21-day, the 200-day, the 100-day, and the 50-day, but usually these gaps and fills here, not saying that's where it's going to go, but if it does, it usually will come right down to the gap, and then when it starts going into that fill, that's to say a lot of times it will fill it just like we did there on the old natural gas, okay? But this is really a good one here if you want to make a good one-stop shopping for all the big oil. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil daily chart, natural gas daily chart. Let me bigger up a little bit here. Okay, now you can see here what we had here. These are these war premiums. Now, I haven't heard any kind of a retaliation, just a little bit here and there, a little bit of drones that got knocked down. Israel retaliated, but there was nothing that of massive that's going to be a crude oil disruption kind of a situation here, okay? So now what we have is we have this sideways action here, which is not really looking too good because look at all these key simple moving averages. Now, if you look at this chart here, see we have a high, a lower high, a lower high. This is a downtrending chart, okay? So that's really never good until you can break above, realistically, that 72.88, that level right there, then you can rip up higher. But right now, I don't see it, okay? So when we look at the upside here, what we do want to look at here today is look at that high of that candle, 68.86, okay? Then we'll come up here, you got 69.13. We can go to yesterday's high, 69.39, but then we're going to start running right here. See this? 69.44. Now look at that 8-day. See, it rolled over. Now it's below the 50-day and the 21-day. That's not good. Okay, that's not good here for like a bullish move, but it's good for a short move. Okay, so that's big time resistance, 69.44. Then you want to look at that 69.84. That's your 21-day, and then we have your 50-day sitting there at 54 level here. But again, if you can't get above that and close above that 8 simple moving average, very, very tough. So yesterday when I posted this video here, I said always watch that, because look at here what happens when you get into that thick of those key levels there, and it just wants to come right on down. Unless you have some kind of a situation like here with the war premium, okay, like here with that war premium, okay, and this is actually with the hurricane too, there just isn't anything here, okay? So what you want to do is we want to watch yesterday's low, okay? So right now oil's sitting at 68.28 real time. You want to look at yesterday's low, that's 67.92. That's going to be key. Then we'll come over here to today's low, 67.51. Then we come down here at that 66.94, and then we have your retest there at 66.72, which is basically that candle, okay? So right now we're trading this, but right now, I mean, as the chart looks here, even though you're in a downtrending, you still have a low, a higher low, a higher low, and a higher low situation here. So what we have is just sideways action until some kind of a decision is going to be made. But as that 8-day comes down here, if that price can't get above it, you're going to force this price right on down here. Then we have that retest there at 65.27 level. That's not looking too good here. Now at midday trading, I'll bring up the a weekly chart also, so I can give you a good example if this is lost, exactly where it's going to be going. Okay, RSI here, we're looking at 43. That's not doing much. The green is below your red. That shows momentum, but not to the upside, to the downside situation, okay? You want the upside, it's going to be like on this situation. Now, for a guy like me, I don't care if it's, if you take the trade long, you take the trade short. I'm short crude oil, and I'm just scalping the longs. Now, again, if we would get above all this resistance area, well, then I would take that short off and I'd run that long right up to there. But again, I think the trade is just like we had yesterday. It just scalped long. This is all just scalps up here, but I'm still remaining short because I think oil is going to go lower. Okay, take a look here now, natty gas. Now, natty gas, okay, this was that contract roll. She rolled up here very, very nicely, and then it came right on down. So I always say, watch the top of that candle when you get those gaps, okay? Okay, 2.516, and then we had here 2.514, so that gap is now filled, okay? But always watch that because that provides really good support levels here to take along, and we had a nice bull flag situation. Okay, well, we ran up here, but then you notice that it just couldn't hold, and we had this big ass red candle going on right here. Okay, so this wipes out, this candle here wiped out everything that we had here in the past. Now you can see we have a lower low, so realistically we're looking for key levels here now. Okay, so you want to bring this 265 area right across, okay? So because it held it here, all for these 4 candles, okay? So you want to bring that across, but this is going to be your main support level right here, this 2.649. You really need to hold this on a closing basis. That's very, very key. And then right below it, what do we have here? You got 2.597, okay? That's your 50-day. So right now, this is still even though it doesn't really look like it here, but you still have a low, a higher low, a higher low, and a higher low situation. So this still is a bullish chart. Okay, once you start losing these 21-day to 50-day and you lose this, well, then that's, say goodnight, Irene, it's over. Okay, now upside here, we want to watch yesterday's low. That's going to be key. That's that 2.759. But realistically, this is what you're watching, is that 2.799, call it 2.80. That is what you're watching. That's that 8 simple moving average here. So I thought we could maybe trade between these two, but obviously it didn't work out like that. So this is what we have. So that's what we're going to be watching on the upside, 2.799. Then we just follow the candles up. Okay, so look to the bottom there. You got 2.83. We look there. You have 2.85. Then we come up to the top of this candle, 2.91. And then we have 2.95. And then your big retest up there is that 3.02 here. But realistically here, we're going to be trading this range, okay, between the 21-day, the 50-day, and that 8-day. So let's just see through the day. Be a little patient here, but just the trade is a two-way trade here. Now, nat gas is really running out of time here because realistically, about the second week of December, this is going to be like a short ski down, okay? Where usually crude is long first week of December to the first couple of days of January, okay? So we got to see. So this year here just didn't really play out much in natural gas here so far. We got to see how this is going to shape. Now, I think natural gas will do good here because once they fire up that LNG, we get that getting that export here going, and we get those pipelines back up here, get those in full build out their situation. I think here that natural gas will be a lot bigger play than what it is going on here right now. But anyway, for today, this is what you want to watch. Just watch that 8-day on the top, 2.79, and then watch that 21-day 2.64, and that 50-day. So we got to see how this is going to shake out. I just never like these patterns. We have a big ass red candle, and then you have a lower low, because look how it works out every time. Okay, see when you get this, see every time. Look at here, see that's never good. Okay, so I'll be looking for some scalps here today. Yesterday was a good scalper on the KOLD. I scalped it twice, and that was really a good trade. So let's just see if it comes down to this 21-day, and maybe we can take a long trade right back up again. If not, we'll get right back in the short, and then we'll see what can happen at the 21 and at the 50-day. Crude again, we got sideways action. Just trade this range until you're either going to break above that 8-day and 50-day and 21-day, or you're going to break below the 66.72, and we'll head down to that level. Okay, that's what I got for you. And I'll be back here midday trading, and we'll take a look at crude oil and natural gas, and then we throw something else, we'll mix. Now, remember, this is Friday, okay? So, no big balls out trades. I usually trade like 5,000 shares, like say of UNG or UCO or whatever, okay? And then I usually cut that down to 2,500 or 3,000 because you want to go into the weekend here, happy. You don't want to go there and come out Monday revenge trade, okay? Just that's not a good look for you, okay? So keep it tight, and then keep money in your pocket. And remember now, NVIDIA, the earnings are coming out there on the 20th, okay? So today's the 15th. I think that's a good trade here. I think you want to get into that trade ahead of time. And then what I usually do, I'll sell off a part ahead of time and then run the other half until see what happens after hours. Okay, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.